Hey everybody, and welcome back to Cruise Blog. It's Allie, and today we're going to be talking about the 7 must-have items from the dollar store that you need for your next cruise. These items saved me both time and money before my recent Carnival cruise. All right, let's get into it. One of my favorite aspects of preparing for my cruise is having a pre-vacation shopping spree. Before every trip I take, I usually head over to Target for some last-minute essentials. Before my recent cruise on Carnival Valor, I decided to switch up my Target run for something a bit more off the wall, and that's a visit to the dollar store. So, a few days before sailing from New Orleans, we visited the local dollar store. If you're like me and you haven't visited the dollar store in a while, you should know that prices vary now. The cheapest items at my Dollar Tree, at least, were actually $1.25, with a few items costing $3 and $5. Most of the items that I ended up purchasing for this cruise were $1.25, and I only ended up spending $23.90 total on my entire purchase. If you're looking for what exactly you should purchase during your next visit, take a look at what I found during my pre-cruise shopping trip to the Dollar Tree, including how I used the items on board during my cruise. First is magnetic items. Cruise cabin walls are typically magnetic, allowing you to utilize magnetic items for a multitude of reasons. Magnetic hooks are wildly popular in the cruise community, especially considering cruise staterooms are very small. Anything that you can hang on the wall will help keep the room less cluttered. My dollar store had a few different magnetic items that I purchased for my cruise. First, I purchased these simple magnets to use in our cabin. For the price, the 8-pack of magnets was a good find. We used these in the cabin during our cruise to hang up important papers on the wall, such as the daily schedule with all of the activities and events happening on the ship. You could use these magnets for a variety of reasons. I also purchased this 2-pack of magnetic clips for the cruise. These are bigger and more heavy duty, allowing you to hang heavier items on the wall, such as a bag or a jacket. These were more sturdy than I anticipated, although they would be heavy to pack if you're worried about luggage weight. Additionally, I found this magnetic box in the same area as the hooks and the magnets. Although I wasn't entirely sure what I would use this for, anything magnetic is good to bring on a cruise, and I ended up putting my nightly earplugs inside and hanging the box on the wall near my bed. This helped me keep track of my earplugs with ease, and I'm sure there are many other creative uses for this in your cabin. Finally, we found a magnetic dry erase board to bring on the cruise. Many guests will bring magnetic decorations for their door, and it's not uncommon to see a dry erase board. This one even came with a marker, so that was very handy. We placed the magnetic dry erase board near our door, and we enjoyed seeing other guests write messages on it throughout the cruise, and you'll see other people tend to do this too on board. And also, speaking of decorations, the Dollar Tree had a ton of cheap seasonal decor. If I was looking to bring any seasonal decorations on the cruise to perhaps decorate my room or my door, which again is becoming very popular, this is the place to go. My store had an entire section of affordable fall and Halloween decor that would be perfect for any sort of cruise decorating. Because it's so cheap, you can just leave it there if you want. You don't even have to worry about bringing it back if you do too much shopping while you're cruising, which is what I tend to do. Up next is on-the-go cleaning. If you're heading on a cruise, you might be surprised to learn that laundry isn't readily available most of the time. Some cruise lines have self-service laundry machines. Others only provide paid laundry services for guests. In addition, if you need to purchase any on-the-go cleaning or laundry necessities during your cruise, you will pay a premium on the ship. Because of this, we recommend packing some on-the-go cleaning supplies to have just in case you need them. Things like stain remover wipes and sanitizing wipes are great deals at the dollar store for your cruise. The dollar store had a huge selection of cleaning supplies. Much to my surprise, the store had name brand items available to purchase as well. A travel pack of Clorox disinfecting wipes caught my eye immediately, as these are always handy to have while traveling to sanitize your hands or just about any surface. Also, there was an OxyClean Mini on the go stain remover. This is great to have during your cruise because of its small size and the ease of removing stains with it. My husband swears by these pens as he travels for work and seems to be prone to spills. I was also intrigued by these stain removing wipes, which I added to my cart. I've even used these now at home after the cruise to get stains out. I plan to bring one or two of these on the go packets for just about every cruise from now on. You could also find small laundry detergent in this section of the store. If you aren't planning to pay the cruise line to do your laundry, you could consider using your cabin sink or the shower to wash anything that you might need during your cruise. It might not be glamorous, but it gets the job done. Up next, be sure to look for hand soaps and sanitizers. Packing small hand sanitizers is a cruise essential for me as I am constantly sanitizing my hands while traveling. It is so easy to get run down and sick during your cruise, especially because everyone is so close together. So I always have a package of hand sanitizer with me. I was excited to find a 2-pack of hand sanitizer to bring on our cruise at the dollar store. These bottles were larger than my typical Bath & Body Works sanitizers, which are $1.70 each and half the size. This pack was only $1.25 for 2. Another nice to have item on board a cruise is a small bottle of liquid hand soap. Now, it's not something that you need, but it is nice to have. Most cruise ships will only provide a bar of soap to use in your cabin bathroom, and although again it's not necessary, I typically purchase liquid hand soap for my cruise, and I much prefer to have that over bar soap, especially if I'm on a longer voyage. So I snagged one bottle of this soft soap to have in our cabin bathroom, and we greatly enjoyed having it in our cabin throughout the cruise. Next, you should look for cabin essentials at the dollar store. Making your cruise cabin feel not only more organized but also more like home is easy to do with a few essential items from the dollar store. My Dollar Tree had a wide selection of my favorite cabin items to bring on board a cruise. For longer itineraries, I prefer to bring a pop-up hamper to keep my dirty clothes contained in the closet. These are small and easy to pack because they're lightweight and they virtually take up no space in your suitcase. I decided to purchase this hamper for our cruise and I used it actually more than I anticipated. Between the hot weather and hitting up the gym during our cruise, I was sweating through my outfits quickly and I appreciated having a designated space for my dirty and stinky clothes. Also, I was excited to find this 3-pack of travel jars. These little jars are handy and versatile while traveling, as you can use them for convenient storage. During our cruise, I used these to pack my vitamins and Tums tablets instead of bringing the big bottles from home, so this ended up saving space, and I will definitely continue to use these little jars for the future. In addition, the dollar store had a wide selection of sandwich baggies. This is something that I continuously pack because baggies are very handy for many reasons. You can keep belongings in an easy to find place, you can protect your passport from moisture, or you can grab a snack to bring ashore, just to name a few. Finally, this small bottle of room spray was a great find for our cruise. With the small space, it can quickly become stinky and stale in your cruise cabin. We used this room spray multiple times during our Carnival cruise to keep the room smelling fresh and clean. The apple cinnamon scent was perfect for fall as well. And finally, sticky notes are also handy to keep in your cruise cabin, especially if you don't have internet service or chat available on board. In this way, you can leave sticky notes in the cabin to communicate when needed with your travel buddy or with your stateroom attendant. Next, look out for travel-sized products at the dollar store. If you're trying to save space in your suitcase, you should consider packing travel-sized products for your cruise. This will allow you to bring your luggage as a carry-on as well if you're flying to your cruise port. As someone who flies exclusively with a carry-on very often, I rely heavily on travel-sized products while traveling. I was blown away by all of the travel-sized products available at the Dollar Tree. I found a few of my favorite products in a small bottle that I've actually never been able to purchase elsewhere because I've never seen them elsewhere. First, I grabbed a box of Crest whitening toothpaste to bring on board. This is the same toothpaste that I use at home, so I was happy to find a smaller size for traveling at such a great price. Another great find was a travel-sized bottle of Palmer's cocoa butter. I use this daily while traveling, and I typically utilize a reusable bottle to bring my cocoa butter from home. I prefer using travel-sized bottles of the actual products, though, if I can, because then I know exactly what's in my suitcase rather than a variety of non-labeled bottles. There was also a Palmer's Cocoa Butter lip balm that I purchased for this trip, as cabins are typically dry and they leave my lips feeling pretty chapped. I've never seen this lip balm before in the store, so I was excited to try it out, especially for $1.25. In the same aisle, I also found a travel shower kit with 2 reusable bottles and a travel-sized loofah. If you've never been on a cruise, you should know that usually the shower products are very low quality. Sometimes it's a 3-in-1 type of mystery liquid on Royal Caribbean, for instance. Be prepared for very low quality products. So in this way, we always recommend bringing your own on board. Up next is medication. Whenever I travel, I religiously pack my small pharmacy with over-the-counter medication and first aid supplies. I never want to be caught in a situation where I don't have medication that I need. During my trip to the dollar store, I was shocked to see how many options of medication was available for purchase with both name brand and generic. Prices varied for medication between $1.25 and up to $6. Most of the generic medication was on the lower price end, while the name brand, such as Benadryl, was priced higher at $6. The dollar store also had a variety of supplements, such as vitamin C gummies, fish oil tablets, cough drops, and multivitamins. I didn't recognize any of these brands, but they're probably fine and definitely at a great price. And finally, check out the snack section before your cruise. Although I didn't purchase anything from this aisle, cruisers might find it useful to know that the Dollar Tree had many non-perishable snacks and candies for just $1.25 to purchase. Some cruisers never board a cruise ship without their own favorite snacks, so this can be a great place to grab some goodies before making your way to the cruise port. I quickly glanced at the variety, which included many different gummies, chocolates, licorice, suckers, and lots more. So, should you shop at the dollar store before your cruise? In all honesty, I was a little hesitant to shop at the dollar store. I typically prefer to shop at Target, and I often avoid even Walmart before my vacation. However, with prices continuing to rise for everyday items, I figured it'd be worthwhile to check out what the dollar store has to offer. Despite my hesitations, I was pleasantly surprised by everything that my local Dollar Tree had available. The biggest surprise for me was the amount of name brand items that were sold at the dollar store. Some of my go-to products were available in travel-sized bottles for just $1.25. I walked away with 2 bags of goodies from the dollar store for my cruise, and I only spent a little bit more than $20 on everything. In fact, I already packed a few of these items again for my upcoming cruise to Australia next week. I will definitely return to the dollar store before my next cruise, as the savings were substantial. All right, everybody, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure and like and subscribe to Cruise Vlogs so that you can be notified every time we have a new video. Comment below, what are your favorite items to get at the Dollar Tree for your travels and cruises? Until next time, everybody, this has been Allie. Happy cruising.